Hi, I'm Brett Larkin, and this is a quick requested tutorial on goddess pose. So goddess pose we see in several classes, and it's basically, other teachers might call it horse stance. It's what I would describe as a ballet second position stance. You want your thighs parallel to the floor best you can. Obviously that makes it a lot more intense. You want your knees over your ankles, and you don't want to be sticking your seat out behind you. That's really the hard part. So usually we come into goddess pose from a wide-legged stance. So usually we're here or we're here, and then I might instruct, or whatever class might instruct, to change the position of the feet, right? Because that has to happen in order to get into goddess. We need to have the heels in and the toes out at 45 degrees. So you can always take a look and see if your big toes are sort of pointing towards the mat corners, and that's a good sign you're in the right place. And then you want your feet to be pretty much as wide apart as one of your legs is. So it's going to be different for every person. There's no rule. But again, we want the knees over the ankles and the thigh bones ideally parallel to the floor. So this looks pretty good for me, but pending you and your body, you might want to take it a little in or a little farther out. Now that hard part, as I mentioned, is not having the seat sticking out, right? This is where a lot of us end up. And sometimes we're in goddess pose and we're doing, if you're taking one of my classes, maybe you're doing like eagle arms or something, and then, you know, it's normal that your seat might stick out a little or there might be some movement here. But overall, that's not what we're going for. We want the low back long, so not an arch. We want the low back long. One of the ways you can play with this and find it is against a wall. So use a wall. I wouldn't have your feet up against the wall because then it's too intense, and you know, we're aspiring ballerinas. You're probably not a professional ballerina, so that would be too intense. So have your feet about 3 or 4 inches away from the wall and then slide down. And then you can kind of take your feet back and then lean against the wall, and that's going to kind of just help you find this position. And then from here, really think about pressing down through all 10 toes equally. And then again, that sensation of lengthening the tailbone down, like there was a concrete cinder block attached to your tailbone, and then constantly looking to see if your thigh bones are really parallel to the floor or not. I hope this little tutorial on goddess pose was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. That's the #1 way you can keep free online yoga going and support me. So take a look, make sure that subscribe button is hit, and I will see you in my next video.